everyone. As you all know, I'm Tricia Davis. I'm the Interim Head of Education, and it's wonderful to be here with you all at the Star Awards. Unfortunately not physically, but we're all here in spirit if nothing else. I would just like to say a massive thank you to everyone who's been working over the last few months with COVID, from the Education Excellence Department and all our schools. It's been absolutely tremendous, the working relationship and the partnership that we've had, and I think this has been highlighted by our weekly cell meetings where we have school representatives, FE representatives, independent school representatives, our private nurseries, as well as lots of people from the local authority there. We've all worked extremely hard to make sure that all our children and young people have been able to manage with their education over COVID. And I certainly know that we are continuing this work as we move forward. So once again, a massive thank you to everyone for all their input, all their help and all their support, and long may it continue.
Hello, I'm Rachel Rimmer. I'm head teacher at Thomas Gray Primary School. We've got key worker and vulnerable children in. We have about 20 children in every week from age 2 to age 11. So we're having to be very creative with our curriculum. So lots of things. We're trying to keep things as normal as possible for the children by doing maths and English. And we're also watching news round every day, listening to books, and we've delivered food hampers to those parents who haven't got enough food. So we've moved now to a weekly food bag. So within that food bag there are 5 savoury items, 5 drinks and 5 sweets, so that you've got your lunches for the weeks and a nice loaf of bread. So we've got nice soups, beans on toast, some treats like crisps and some cans of fizzy drinks, that just to give us a little bit of something. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's really important, we've said, particularly for the key workers who are obviously supporting us through the lockdown. We've taken in extra children, guest pupils of people who are nurses at Frackelton Hospital, cleaners at Frackelton Hospital. Another mum is working for a company that's making PPE, and some of the mums and dads are also working at Home and Bargain getting our food to us. And then for the more vulnerable children, it's about giving them stability. We've got several children who are in foster care, so it's a very traumatic time for them anyway, getting used to living somewhere away from their parents. So that routine of coming to school is absolutely crucial for them every day.
So our catering team have had an enormous challenging time over the last few months. At the beginning of lockdown, obviously the schools closed, but service didn't close for us. We were still catering for vulnerable children and children of key workers, so most of our schools were operating in some way or other, but in a very different way. And then we had the introduction of packed lunches and food parcels that we were sending home. So we did, in probably about 35-40 schools, we were sending food parcels home to children at home and families. And then obviously nothing stopped at the beginning of the summer holidays. In the summer holidays we did in the region of 6,500 packed lunches to children of vulnerable families. So it's ongoing. Since we've come back to school, it's fabulous to be back in the kitchen. But all of our staff have got to socially distance, even in a confined space, and that's a challenge in itself. But many of our staff are really working flexibly with the schools. They're doing a variety of different services, Hundreds and hundreds of packed lunches are being prepared every day because children are eating in the classroom. And now we're just being extremely adaptable. And whatever the school wants in the way of service, we're falling in line. Very different to what we're used to.
From Sefton CVS, and it's great to be part of the Sefton Star Awards again this year. In recent years, the voluntary sector in Sefton has nominated departments and individuals who have promoted and demonstrated the New Realities approach. New Realities is about working collaboratively and seeking solutions to problems. It's about having unity of purpose. It's about can do rather than can't do. It's about using our resources wisely and effectively to make the best difference. It's about building on the positive, and it's about collective endeavour. Never before have our organisations and the strength of our partnerships been tested as they have been during COVID-19. The spirit and light of the New Realities approach has shone brightly and steadily at times of great uncertainty. And there's been exceptional work from so many council officers in doing their utmost for local communities. So on behalf of the voluntary sector, we would like to thank the fantastic staff of Sefton Council and look forward to our continuing work together in brighter times. Here follows more colleagues from Sefton CVS and the sector to add their personal thank yous.
So my name is Neil Frackelton. I'm the Chief Executive at Sefton Women's and Children's Aid. Most people know us as SWACA. We provide practical and emotional support to women and children experiencing affected by domestic abuse living in Sefton. And I would like to thank Sefton Council for their support in helping us to deal with the issue of domestic abuse, and in particular Steve Martlow, Locality Service Manager, and also Jeanette Maxwell, Locality Team Manager. Historically and during the COVID-19 period, for some really great strategic and operational support both to SWACA and to myself, providing good sounding board, listening to ideas, and just really respecting our role as a commission provider and their role as a local authority. It's been a really good partnership, really positive, and a real success. Thank you also to Tanya Wilcott for her strategic support behind the scenes as a senior manager. And we look forward to continuing a really positive partnership with Sefton Council as we continue to address a significant and high-risk issue.
Hi everyone, I'm Maggie and I'm from Sefton CVS and I'm a development officer for small grassroots community groups. I'd just like to say a huge thank you to Andrew Farthing from Sefton Libraries. I feel like he went out of his way to help us when we were developing our heritage project and gave us invaluable advice and guidance. He even showed us around the archives, which was absolutely fantastic. I'd also love following the Human Library project in Bootle, which I think is unbelievably creative and innovative, and I feel like Sefton is very lucky to have him and his team.
I'm Debbie Shelley, the manager of St Leonard's Youth and Community Centre on Peel Road in Bootle, and I'd just like to take this opportunity to thank Sefton Council for the support for this building and this community over the last 19 years. They've been unfailing in the support and enabling us to develop strategically and help the local community and residents. In particular, neighbourhoods department has been really good and really supportive, especially Chris White, and also as part of the ELAS setup, Wayne Leatherbarrow.
I'm Anne-Marie, Deputy Programme Manager from Living Well Sefton. During the COVID response, we worked really closely with Active Sefton to support vulnerable and shielded clients in the community. Because we already had a good working relationship through our partnership in Living Well Sefton, it was seamless, and we knew we could rely on each other to work out whatever challenges came our way. The can-do attitude of the staff in Active Sefton really made a difference, so I'd like to thank everybody involved in the response. We also want to thank Anna Nygaard and her team at Public Health for their ongoing support and flexibility in their approach to our contract variations. We all had to work in a different way to meet the need of the community, and they were very supportive of this.
Hi, I'm Gina Harvey from Sefton Cvs, and I wanted to say a heartfelt thank you to a few members of Sefton Council for their ongoing support with us through the pandemic, with particular reference to the signposting service. I'd like to say thank you to Lauren Rastel, Lisa Conway and Lisa's amazing team of call handlers who've taken thousands upon thousands of calls during the pandemic. I think from the very beginning we got the service 80% right, and through ongoing communications between all of us, we've managed to meet the ongoing and new needs of our Sefton residents. I'd also like to thank, on behalf of Sefton CVS, Tanya Wilcock, Head of Communities, for her ongoing support through the pandemic.